Hey YouTube, afternoon. How's everybody doing? Going for a little walk here for the afternoon to get away from the box. My new employment has me inside quite a bit, so I'm suffering more than usual. So I just came out to this trail somebody had told me about and went for a little walkabout and just thinking and everything. But I know I've seen a lot of disconcerting videos out there, or I guess everybody's a little high-strung and about the whole situation, everything that's going on, and I can understand everybody's frustrations with the continued progression, downward spiral we seem to be going in, and nobody seems to be excited about correcting the problems. Debt and civil liberties and everything else. There's nobody that's putting any effort into curtailing it at least at the high levels. I know, what was it, Wednesday or Tuesday, I saw that video from the sheriff in Missouri who was confiscating the guy's cheese, shutting down the dairy, and that was pretty unsettling when they got to the end. And he asked him point blank, what would you do if you were told to confiscate weapons from the citizens of your county? And he said with no comment, he couldn't comment on it. And that just really raises a lot of red flags. At first he looked at the guy like he never even thought about the question, which, you know, if you're in that high a position, you should have at least thought through your responsibilities and whatnot. And then, you know, to no comment. And he asked several of the other sheriffs that were there, same question. So that's for those people in Missouri in particular. And then you got to think, if you're not one of the ones with the other 200 sheriffs is about where we're standing out of, I don't know, 3,000 sheriffs in the country, something like that. They had said similar things. I know we've had a couple sheriffs in Nevada that have stood up for the Second Amendment, but like I know I showed in one video, and I know 420 Homestead had a good rant that he was going off about defending the other Bill of Rights, parts of the Bill of Rights, or just our natural rights. You know, just it's codified in the Bill of Rights. You got to ask, you know, when do those rights come into play, and what are we going to do to protect them? You know, we have a sheriff think he can go confiscating cheese without due process. It's pretty unsettling. And then they continue to just erode at all the freedoms that we think we have, or that, you know, we think we can enjoy or exercise freely. It doesn't seem to be that way for people that are supposed to be doing that job and protecting them and enforcing them. And it's going to be a long process if we get through this, or maybe we'll just dissolve. I've got a video I've got in mind that I need to put some good thought into and make. I don't want to do it just ad hoc, but put some thoughts into where we could be heading, or where we should head, I guess, really. But 420, I feel your pain. You know, you're pretty frustrated and upset in your video, as you said, and I understand. Hope you're just continue to reach out to people and continue to ask them those questions, because you got to remember, the normal for most people is everything we've grown up with is just normal. You know, we've all been, you know, and I say we all, you know, for the most part, all of us are raised in a school, you know, just accepts government control and whatever the government dictates. We weren't really informed unless we informed ourselves, or had somebody fortunate enough to take us alongside and say, hey, this is the direction you should be going. You know, the path of liberty and the path of prosperity goes this way, and this is how we got to where we are. We didn't get here because we have this big government telling us what to do, or that shepherded us in the right direction. We got here because of individuals. So it's just a process of educating other people and getting along with, you know, showing them, being patient, because people that are in positions, and like 420 talked about people in the military and oath keepers, why aren't they out there standing up and stopping this? And that's a really difficult question to answer. You know, in my positions I've been in, I've always try to do the right thing. And I know a lot of people that have not taken action that they thought was unjustified, especially violating the laws of war, or I've never known anybody to get in a position as a military member to violate the Fourth Amendment. But I hear those stories out there, and then these stories you see are news stories, not news stories. I mean, they're news reporting. Helicopters over Miami, you know, doing what they're doing, and then you got the ones in Houston with the drills. It's like our military and the current mission they're in has no reason to be training in large urban cities when there's nowhere really in the Middle East where that would apply, unless we're talking about, you know, some of the major cities over there. Our just system's not, there's training centers in America that provide the best training for that, and they're going into our urban areas, so you got to really wonder what people are thinking. And I know there's specialized units that do certain things and that have been doing the things inside cities, especially like LA and stuff, for years, decades really. And you got to think, well, how right is that? And it's just now coming to fruition. You know, we all thought, I guess, kind of just doing the best thing and just helping people out, but that may not be the agenda. So just out, finish off this walk and come back into town. Got a fence over here. The golf course is fenced off, and it's not, I don't think, to keep the people out. It's keep the wild horses out, keep them off the grass. They want to preserve what they've got, especially this time of year. We had snow down here up until about a week ago, and then it's gotten warm, and that's helped everybody get outdoors a little bit more. Everybody's going golfing and everything, and then people down here shooting trap at the rod and gun club. And I need to probably join in on that and have something to do during lunch or something, or after work. It's right next door, so it'd be something worthwhile maybe. But hope everybody's doing good. Continue to evaluate the situation. I know nobody's prepping on ammo. I talked to some buddies last night, and one of them just started reloading. Kind of just got his setup set up, and he's kind of short on a lot of components. We were talking about that last night. Strategies to stock up. Everybody knows the ammo's short, you know, and can't find anything other than a shotgun, a long shotgun. You can't find even a foldable stock or nothing like that on a shotgun anymore at any gun stores. So everybody's out there just piling on, helping the economy, I guess, because everybody's seen the economic results. It's not going good there either. Job losses, unemployment, GDP down, all that stuff, but gun sales through the roof. But yet somehow the Dow still keeps going up. I think that's a direct reflection of inflation. When you get all that inflated money in the system, it goes in the stock market to try to make up for the interest they're paying on that stuff. My take on it, at least. So we'll get out of here, let y'all go back to what you're doing. I'm looking to just continue to refine some things, really myself, not really actively involved in anything, just taking care of the animals and trying to get situated in a new position and things going on, figure out my hours, what a schedule, 9-to-5 schedule's like. Definitely different. And just hope everybody's doing good. And we'll talk to y'all later. Stay out of trouble 420 if you can. But I still think you should get rid of that Chevy truck. But that's just my opinion. If it does good for you, just pay it off. That's all that matters. Just a joke. So you and dog stay healthy and out of trouble. And we'll try to do the same here. And everybody out there, let me know what's going on. And we'll try to make some more coherent videos here coming up soon on some things, issues. And hope you all realize how quickly downhill this is going to go. I know there's going to post a video below. I'll put the video below on the Missouri thing. I'll post a link to it if you haven't seen it. Definitely go watch it. And there's another video of Pastor Dowell. If you don't know, he's on YouTube. He's got some pretty good stuff he does on his channel. He talks about that, but there's another video he does talking about the gold that Germany requested back from the feds. the Federal Reserve, and they said they have to wait 7 years. So he's had good commentary on that and what that all means. I'll put that below too, because that's definitely significant when you talk about the state of the economy and inflationary policies and going into debt. So he explains it really well. And if you think that our monetary system can ever recover, I think we're sorely mistaken. All right, we're out here. Y'all be good.